Hi everyone, this is Prashant and I warmly welcome you on my YouTube channel Inspire with Prashant. Thank you so much for all the love and support so far, and I would highly appreciate if you can share, subscribe and like. And let's get on to today's topic, guys. It's a very interesting topic and it's all about the three most coveted words. We talk about MBA, right? Now, we talk about MBA and then there is something that you want to know, how we can do MBA from outside India, because we know that everybody wants to get into the top MBA institutes in India, which may be IIMs, right, and maybe few others, but again everybody would not be able to get into IIMs, and that's where you think that okay, how I can pursue outside, MBA from outside India, right? I'll tell you some basics to know so that you can take a much more informed decision, right? So there are differences in terms of the way things are perceived when it comes to MBA from India and outside India. First difference comes down to your eligibility, criteria. So one of the factors that in India that we all see that even freshers can get into a top MBA. So, we know that if you see an IIM Ahmedabad or if you see IIM Bangalore, Kolkata, you would see maybe 30-40% class belongs to students who are freshers, right? However, for most of the top ranked MBAs abroad, you need to have 2 to 3 years of work experience. And yes, 4, 5 is also fine, but in order to make sure that your profile is considered fully, you definitely want to have 2 or 3 years of full-time work experience. Internships would not count during your undergraduation. So I'm talking about full-time work experience post your bachelor's or master's or whatever, right? So you need to have 2 to 3 years of full-time work experience by the time you join an MBA abroad. So this is one of the most important factors one must understand. If you really want to make full sense of MBA abroad, then you really need to have good work experience where you have experienced some leadership roles, where you have solved some challenging problems, where you have some good professional accomplishments. Then you should consider an MBA, not just for the sake of it, right? Second question mark or second challenge that specifically students who are in subcontinent, maybe like in countries like India and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka and other ways, having a top MBA is a super costly affair. So you should always be working very clearly that how do you plan to have proper funding mechanism for your MBA. So yes, there are some loans which top business schools might give you, right? There are some funding agencies which might give you some loans, but sometimes it may not be 100%. Sometimes it may be 40%, 50%. So you really need to work out the costs of top MBA, which is going to be substantially high, how you will be managing that. So do work out your homework when it comes to managing costs related to an MBA. Second, since MBA is a costly affair, right, one has to be very clear, and this is my personal suggestion, that maybe in other courses, let's say you do an MS in computer science, let's say you do an MS in finance or any other course, MS in business analytics, the brand of the university may not matter that much. Yes. So even if you do, let's say, MS in business analytics from a moderately ranked, school, your possibility of getting a job is, as good as, let's say, somebody who has gone to top 5 or top 7, MSBA course. But in MBA, it would not work out that way for most of the cases. For MBA, the brand really matters. So one of my, advices to everyone is to make sure that if you are going outside India when it comes to pursuing an MBA, if you are spending that much amount of money, you really work hard, get a very high GMAT, get a great profile ready, and then you should go for an MBA, right? Because if you don't go to a top MBA, let's say which is in the top 20 or top 15, I think you may not be able to reap the full benefits, right? So try to go to as high ranked MBA as possible. So take care of the eligibility factor, take care of the cost factor, and make sure that you're choosing a top-notch MBA program. And lastly, you can always consider that after doing an MBA abroad, let's say from US or from Canada or from Germany or from Europe, you also want to make sure that what are the immigration policies. That means what is the post-study work permit that you will get after doing your MBA. For example, in United States, in most cases it's 1 year. For Canada, in most cases it is 3 years. So you really want to understand that whatever debts you have taken, to fund your MBA, the period of post-study, work permit is good enough, to at least cover up your expenses or not. Because in India, if you come and find your job, you may not be paid as highly what you would be paid, in that country. So do work out your study abroad MBA very cautiously, because it comes with question marks. The question marks would relate to cost, the question marks would relate to eligibility, the question mark would relate to post-study work permit. So I hope all these factors would help you to make a better choice that when you should be pursuing your MBA abroad and how you should be pursuing your MBA abroad. I hope you like the content, and of course, before we close it, I would again humbly request you to like, subscribe and share, and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any coming videos. And let's continue to build this community of learning and wisdom. We will be back with a new video very soon. Please consider your MBA abroad very cautiously. Thank you and looking forward.